Yeah, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to Katawa Shoujo, where we last left off. I don't know. So let's continue on. Possible thumbnail? I don't know. The sound of her crying breaks my heart. I know I'm responsible for this, and I know what did we say last? Oh yeah, they were talking. And I know that I can't do anything to help her. If Hanako feels ashamed, then I feel all the more so. Oh goddammit. The rush to her tears. I rush to her as tears continue to roll down her cheeks. Unabated, wrapping my arms around her. I don't care about how I must look anymore. I just want to be close to her right now. I'm sorry, Hisao. I've missed everything. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm the one that should be sorry. I was meddling around behind your back and I never told you anything. I can feel grip tightening on Hanako as my vision blurs. I can't be bothered trying to hold back now. I have to force my words out as a lump begins to stick in my throat. Oh shit. To tell you the truth, Hanako, I was scared. For the first time since my heart attack, I was really scared. Hisao? I lost so much when I came to Yamako. I was depending on you. More than I ever thought I did. Even now I still have that hole inside me. After losing my entire life and everyone I'd known, the thought of losing you as well. But I'm just as used. You're my friend, Hanako. You're more than that. Hanako. Blah. The thought of losing you frightened me so much. This is bad. I'm really letting all of this out. I can't bring myself to look at her face right now. I'm sorry, Hisao. I can't help feeling a bit happy. For so long, that's what I wanted to hear. The last of the floodgates breaks, the sound of her crying permeating the air as her body jerks against me. We would hold each other tightly, connected more closely than ever in our shared grief and our shared happiness. I don't know how things are going to be like after this. Right now, though, I don't care. There's no other person in the world that either of us could possibly share these memories and emotions with. Nobody. As I did mention, if you don't pay attention in my other videos, I did mention that my headphone is broken. But I still can't have it on, but it's loose. I managed to click it on. But if I take off my headphones, it falls out. Anyway, after dropping the dirty can into the bin next to the bench, I take a seat beside Hanako. She puts away the handkerchief I gave her to clean herself up, which hasn't helped much. Then again, I doubt I look more presentable even now. I feel emptied and a bit embarrassed over letting my emotion out in public like that. It's not a bad sensation though. I think Hanako feels the same way too. Have you calmed down a bit? Yes. Thank you. For a while we just sit there and take our time before talking to one another. We both need a little time to collect ourselves. The weather is nice at this time of year. Yes, it is. I close my eyes for a moment. Okay. Relishing the feeling of the sun's heat and the cool breeze against my face. The weather's really nice. Really is nice. Today, really nice. You know, I don't really want to go back to classes right now. Do you? She shakes her head as she finishes wiping her eyes with her cuff. The small smile she gives is nice, and it's a reminder of how earnest it can be. Smiling for other people might be a completely normal everyday thing. For Hanako though, she smiles so rarely and so sincerely that each and every time she does it, I feel a sense of relief and happiness. I'm sorry for everything. It's okay. I think we both have a bit to be sorry for. I know that I'm too shy. I know that you don't want me to be. I don't think I can. You can change, Hanako. I know that because even in the time I've known you, you're already changed. And I'm sorry for the red flashing. I can't fix the problem. To be honest, just being able to sit here and talk to you like this means that you've changed a lot since we first met. But I can't be like that for anyone else. I don't have any plans for after school ends either. Hanako's confidence begins to slide down again. But I think that now I can finally talk to her as an equal. I can do it because I know that we're just the same in so many ways. Just give you some time, and I think you'll be able to achieve what you want. No, I'm sure that you'll be able to do it. I can see you've been trying, and I have faith in you. Can I? No. I don't know what's causing the flashes. And you can depend on me if you feel like you need someone to support you, you know? But I can't ask that of you. You can, because that's exactly what I'm asking of you. I'm going through the same thing, you know? It's called love. Maybe if I do this. Oh look, you can see the entire screen. Pew! Yes, my secret is out. This is how I do stuff. That seems about right. And I do this. Wonder if I had just resets the window and it does that. Anyway, she does the same in short marcher. I'm kinda hungry. I want to grab something to eat. She nods vigorously. The way she's smiling, the way she's acting, and even just the general air she gives us. I feel as if this is the first time I've seen her genuinely happy. We both make our way into the street, walking beside each other. Isao? Yeah? I think I don't really understand you. I don't think I understand you either. I believe that's fine though. There is not a single hint of despair in our voices. Not understanding each other is only natural. The walls we set up between ourselves couldn't possibly be broken down in a single day. But that's fine, as long as we take it day by day and try to understand one another. I think everything will be okay. As we walk down the street though, Hanako's eyes flick to my face and back to the street repeatedly. Is something on your mind? You look restless. She slows before stopping completely. When I turn to meet her, she takes a long deep breath, looking at my face intently. This expression, I saw it once before on her face. Just once, when I accidentally surprised her in her room. I think I have something I need to give you. What is it? You don't need to be evasive about it. I wanted to give you this for a long time, but now that I need to, it's too embarrassing. Don't worry, I'll accept it. Whatever it is. She gives a sweet, bashful smile before taking my shoulder in her hand. Like that? Then, please accept my first gift to you, Hisao. Hanako? Oh! Oh, in front of the store? In front of the muffin store? Oh! Oh. Okay, I think I ended the previous video a bit too quick. Huh. I ended the video a bit fast. And now we get to see the cutscenes of, I mean the art of Hanako. The concept art and stuff. That's pretty cool. I didn't really know I was that close to ending Hanako's path. If I knew I was this close, I would have continued on my previous recording. Foley Studios. Well, I guess it's best that I end the video here and like end up confused. No, I think I'll continue on 10 more minutes. I didn't record that much. So who's the next one to go on? I mean, it's a pretty obvious choice in my where is it? It's JDAT. Sip, mind your step. Guess who's coming? Never mind. Debate expresses doubt. It's not that one. Which one is it? Oh, it's not that one. God damn it! Which one is it? It's not that one, that's... Is it this one? Ah, there we go. So this one was obviously Hanako's path. So this one must be Lily's path, so we take that one. Might as well. So now I finished Hanako's path, and now we're on to what seems to be Lily's path. Following Hanako to the library seems a bit intrusive. There's a reason she left the classroom after all. And that aside, I do want to catch up with Lily. At the very least, I'd like to thank her for looking out for me despite her other obviously taxing duties. I guess I'll walk around town with any luck. I should be able to find Lily. The exercise will do me some good as well. Walking through the school courtyard and to the gate, I gave a small nod to a couple of passing classmates, the gesture being returned in kind. Even from here, the shouts of the sports club members can be heard. From the sheer volume of the din, the track must be packed right now. I remember what Lily said yesterday about being dropped right into the middle of a busy time for the school. While I'm trying to get my bearings and catch up the study that I've missed, everyone else is doing normal school activities. The feeling of being a foreigner still hasn't dissipated, at least not yet. Well, I guess not everything's bad. This is a private school, and that much is easily noticed when walking around outside. Not only are the school grounds huge, but the buildings themselves are immaculate and quite divorced from the dime a dozen concrete blocks of public schools. There's also the fact that there's so much stronger feeling of community here, or at least a friendlier atmosphere. At my old school, it was generally accepted that people would keep to their little clique to be done with it. Eventually I reached the gate and begin to walk down the road and into town. Well, that was fairly productive. Having seen a fair portion of town, even including the houses perched in the hills around the outskirts, I decided to take a walk around the park before heading back. Living in the city all my life, the total lack of smartly dressed businessmen and fashionably dressed girls strikes me as an incredibly unusual. All that's to be seen are the odd elderly person shuffling along the sidewalk and assorted busily chatting pairs of middle-aged women outside the small storefronts. Walking along the road to the park quickly distracts me from them, though, making me realize that I perhaps pushed myself. Oh shit! Since it's not on the Hanako path, I might as well lose this picture. Bam! Or not, no. I perhaps pushed myself further than I should have done to see as much as I could. As my breath begins to wheeze and my chest tightens more and more, I give up on the prospect of soldiering on. After a quick glance around the park as I enter, I take a seat on a wobbly old bench that I noticed near a couple of vending machines. 4 minutes on, and I sit with my head bent over, forcing myself to take deep breaths. I feel more like an old man than a teenager who should be in the prime of his life. The stay in hospital, the surgery, and the medication must be taking their toll on me. Damn it! Eventually, my breathing returns to normal and the muscle in my chest loosens. Not without a fair measure of relief. I guess this means the end of my little sojourn, though. In any case, there's a cafe in the far corner, so I'll stop by to quench my thirst before heading back. A little bell above the door signals my arrival to an empty counter. For a moment I stand there waiting, my eyes every now and again drifting from one end one end of the counter to the other, searching for a service bell. Eventually a door somewhere is behind the counter opens, a person emerging from it, taking me by complete surprise. Yuko? Hi! I had no idea you worked here. I really had no idea how to address her either, given that she is technically school staff as well as apparently a waitress. Yes, she quickly paces up to the counter before fingering her... I read that wrong! Before flinging her upper half downwards in an overreacted bow. Bow. Welcome to the Shanghai. May I take your order? Straight down to business, I see. I don't know... Well, some coffee, please? Yes, certainly. I'll make it right away and bring it to you when it's done. Thanks. Yuko's formality takes me back. She seems to take her job very seriously. A obeying her instructions, I turn around and quickly glance around for a free table considering the cafe seems to be empty. This is a simple task to accomplish. As I walk towards the table adjacent to the window, I notice a flash of yellow around one of the table's dividers. Sure enough, no more than a glance is needed to ascertain that it's a certain Sato at the table. That said, I don't recognize the suited figure across the table from her. Blonde, fair skin, and only a little shorter. She? I think she must be a relative. Since the two are all but silent as a suited figure takes a swig from a cup of coffee, I decide to greet Lily. Some part of my coming here was in order to meet her, after all. Hi, Lily. Shit! So? Yeah, nice to see you again. The suited girl looks up, noting my uniform with a relaxed smile. Know each other? I guess. It's as good an approximation of our relationship as I can think of. Care to take a seat? She says this to the air beside me. But the message is clear enough that I take a seat beside her. I suppose some introduction might be in order. Hisao, this is Akira Sato, my older sister. Akira, this is Hisao Nakai, another Yamaku student. Looks like my guess was correct. A newly introduced Akira gives a nod, which I return. What I don't return, however, is an almost analytic gaze with which she looks me over. As she does so, Yuko walks up to the table and carefully places the coffee on the table, before bowing, and taking her leave. Gently bringing my hand to the side of the cup, I realize that it's already at just the right temperature to drink. After taking a sip, the flavor turns out to be just as good as the temperature. Yuko seems a lot better at this than being a librarian. I take a good long drink before relaxing into the seat. It takes mere seconds for Akira's examination to come to an end. Apparently becoming quickly bored with the activity, she turns to her sister. So, how's school recently? Well, game? Well, XSplit, can you stop with the flashes? Or I have to, go with an alternative recording. It seems Akira is entirely unconcerned with someone she doesn't know at all listening to every day they say. Everything? Every day? Or everything. How I read that wrong. Not that I mind leaving them to their chatting. I sit back and continue drinking the pleasantly aromatic coffee. Sounds like it's pretty busy for you then. At least I'm not cooking your meals after school anymore. As they talk, I slowly realize that I'm entirely unable to gauge Lily's emotion through her eyes, as I would for any other person. It becomes slightly unsettling as I subconsciously focus on that fact. Whoa, so cold. Weren't you just cooking for yourself anyway? I only ever got leftovers. That's not the point. Are you managing to feed yourself at least? I can cook without blowing myself up, you know. Mostly. That's... It's fine. I needed to learn sometime anyway. Lily? Everyone's present is momentarily distracted by Yuko, who places a cup of tea on the table for Lily. Taking the moment to glance at her watch, Akira levers herself off her seat and gives me a quick nod. Well, I'd better be off. It was nice talking to you, Lily. Akira, do you have to? Lily looks genuinely mournful at her sister suddenly leaving. It does seem like she might have the wrong idea. Sorry, I need to get back to work. They'll be on my neck again if I don't make it back quickly. So informal. Akira's trim and tidy appearance would give anyone the wrong impression of her. Bye, Akira. Come on, don't look so down. I'll be around again soon. See us! With that, she waltzes out of Shanghai with her hand held high. Well, he still looks pretty depressed, so I try to make some small talk in an effort to take her mind off it. She seems nice. We used to live together, but now that I live at school, we hardly ever see each other. Despite Lily being quite affable, I still don't really know much about her. In hindsight, it's surprising just how much she's extracted from me. Really? You used to live together? Was it somewhere around here? It was pretty far south, so the trip into Yamako was fairly long. With her working hours getting longer and Yamako being so far away, there was little choice in the end but to move into the dormitories. Well, that explains the chatter about cooking. Evidently, regaining her composure, she livens back up, at least in part. I take it you're better rested now. Sorry? You sound less exhausted than you did when you first came in. To be able to pick up my breathing like that, she must have pretty good ears. Yeah, I ended up walking all over town, despite only planning to taking a short walk down here. Reminded of my thirst from the walk, I leaned forward to take a sip. Without further ado, Lily starts on her cup of strong-smelling tea. I guess I'd better get going back to Yamako. There's only so long I can stall studying for, and I want to get a good night's sleep before the festival. Standing from my seat, I take the coffee-stained cup from the table. You're leaving? Yeah. You going to head back as well? It's getting kind of late. For a moment she pauses before lifting her face over her teacup as if she was looking at me. Yuko, could we have one more coffee, please? Okay, I'll bring it right away. That's not supple. Subtle. Subtle. It's probably pronounced subtle. Like that. How I read it, I don't know. She gives me a short giggle on my frank assessment of her maneuver. It's surprisingly childless and carefree, given her otherwise collected appearance. In the end, though, I have little reason to refuse. To be honest, I can hardly say no, all things considered. Give her a manufactured sigh, I take a seat opposite of her. Wanting company, then? I'd say that's more that I was wondering. I see she's in questioning mode again. She does seem to be unusually interested in me, or at least curious. Do you have any siblings? Not exactly an unexpected tangent. No, only child, to be honest. The idea of having someone that close makes me a bit envious. Interesting. I raise an eyebrow, which of course goes unseen. I'm sure silence communicates the question well enough. It's just that others have said the same thing before. It's a difficult subject to try and think about objectively, given that I've always had someone like that. I can mostly understand what Lily means, given that it would be hard to place oneself outside of the situation they've been in all their life. She and her sister must have a pretty close relationship. Taking pains to interrupt us as little as possible, Yuko dutifully comes over and places a cup on the table. Lily thanks her as I sit back, taking on the vexing girl in front of me. Despite always seeming to be on her guard and in control of herself, when talking to others, she has an almost childlike curiosity about other people. That said, those rare moments she seems to slightly lower her guard are the most insightful into how she thinks. Reaching forward for my drink, I realized something I probably should have noticed earlier. I think I'm starting to become kind of curious about her. Dang it! This is where I ended. We finished Hanako. I think I'd save it here. There we go. So, are we on Lily's path, or are we on a road that will get another question that could take me to another path? Who knows? Well, you probably will know, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave you guys with Hanako. Hey! Come on! It just shows how scared I actually am.
精神科の診療所やってたからいろんな例がたくさん集まって